So today I'm going to read a Plog called Praising, Bowing, and Serving, the Most Natural Sequence. When one comes across a praiseworthy being, more higher and divine than oneself, it is natural to praise. Repetition of that praise naturally leads to bowing. Repetition of that bowing naturally leads to serving. And this sequence lifts one out of any hell into higher consciousness and higher realms. Wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful point. He's so kind to explain to beings that praising, bowing, and serving is the most natural sequence. And when one came across the multiversal law of praising, bowing, and serving, like when P was describing it in his PT Speaks, one couldn't understand what the whole, like how praising, bowing, and serving can actually help one to evolve. And then you can actually see that beings are praising and bowing to and serving. They're actually doing praising, bowing, and serving, but they're doing it towards beings that are unnatural and that are not praiseworthy. Like beings are praising celebrities and saying, "Oh, she's beautiful, look at her dress," or "He's handsome, look how sleek his hair is." And then they bow to beings, like they show their respect, their so-called respect to these beings. And some even physically bow. Like if you look at like people go to these concerts and they actually physically bow to these beings. And also like beings serve these celebrities, or they serve other people that don't deserve to be served. Like beings actually are serving the system right now. They're not serving the higher. They're not being natural at all. And when P made the example of, if you have like a master, like a being who's training to be a karate master, and another being is training to be a karate master, but one of the beings is actually more disciplined than the other, then the one that wants to become that, like more disciplined, then that being actually moves towards the more disciplined being who knows more and who is more focused. And it's a natural thing. It's almost like, it's like, to one, it's like seeing the difference between like a almost like a blank paint, like a blank canvas. Like you beings would be more attracted to a canvas that has a whole bunch of colors on it and different aspects to it, and it's like beautiful to look at, and it's evolving, compared to a canvas that is just white and it doesn't have any kind of uh like alluring thing to it. And that's how one views the whole concept of praising, bowing, and serving. And that's what beings have to do towards the higher. Like the higher is the most interesting and the most multifaceted and like the most colorful, and just like it's an infinite amount of positive and pure things, and that's what P is. And it's an easy thing to do if you just look at even one of P's pictures or one of his films, or read his P-logs. You can see that he's just this next level being that is beautiful and charming and handsome and is intelligent, and he's very disciplined and very centered, and he just has a lot of attributes that are pure and that which beings actually inherently want to work towards, but they don't have that example in the outside world of how to obtain those. But P is the perfect example of a being who who encompasses all the divine pure principles, and it's like a natural thing to pay attention to him. It's like so many things that he can do, like nature responds to him, and he creates like skies that have never been created before. He manifests colors in the skies that never happened before. It's just things that beings would never have known that a being was capable of doing, and P is able to do that. Like he's like this magician, like this magical being that like it's like a no-brainer to just, you know, put your attention towards something that's much more interesting, and that's how it is. And when you're bowing to the higher, is almost like you're showing your respect to the higher, and showing your like your showing your respect um appreciation and gratitude for the higher. And then when you and serving is like you just automatically want to do things for the higher as well, because you're so like grateful for what the higher has done for you. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing that P is had explains to beings that praising, bowing, and serving is the natural thing to do. And but some beings see it as, you know, giving up their will, or they feel like they're giving up something, but they already do praising and bowing and serving to the matrix, and without even knowing it. And beings don't even want to hear the words praising or bowing or serving, especially the word serving, because, you know, beings are like inherently lazy and they don't want to do anything, like any actions. But they don't understand that they already do PBS to the matrix. But if they turn around their action and do PBS to the higher, then they would get so many benefits from doing that. And P said that if beings just put their attention towards the higher, and it leads to praising, then bowing and serving, and beings don't have to ask for anything, and they don't have to try so hard to try to find the answer to things, and just get so confused in this whole sea of illusion. All they have to do is the basic attention, praising, bowing, and serving to the higher, and everything just falls into place after that. And any being who actually does that will see that in even like a short period of time. It's not something that if you it's not something if that requires like years and years to for you to see the results. Like if even if you do put your attention towards the higher, praise, bow, and serve the higher, then it's like a immediate um it's like an immediate response, and it's like an immediate change to like your whole life. And one is evidence of that, and one couldn't understand PBS when one first saw it, but now one understands what PBS is and what it can do, and how it really helps one to evolve and not have to worry about anything that like muggles worry about on a day-to-day basis. So yeah.